I'm going to tell you about one of the most interesting wars in history, World War II. A lot took place during World War II. Rosie the Riveter, the atomic bomb. For the first time ever, the airplane took a big part. Oh, didn't see there. Sorry, let's take a minute and talk about generals. Generals played a big role as well. If we didn't have generals, the wars would be like a fish out of water. First, let's talk about the generals on the Axis powers and what all they did. First general that we will talk about is Adolf Hitler. He was the main dictator during World War II. He told everyone what to do and where to go. He was the most powerful dictator at this time and believed that the whole world should be a communist country, and Germany should be the world power, not us. Next, we'll talk about Benito Mussolini. He was the Italian dictator. He wanted to build an Italian empire. Hideki Tojo was a dictator that wanted to build a new world order in Asia. Now let's talk about the Allied Forces generals. Douglas MacArthur. He was the main military genius in the Pacific. Stalin, he made a deal with Hitler that they would not attack, but he later attacked Hitler and became involved in the war with us. Dwight D. Eisenhower was the supreme commander of the Allied forces. FDR was the president at this time. His vice president, Harry S. Truman, became the president. He commanded that we drop atomic bombs on Japan. Now let's talk about the battles that went on during World War II. 1939, Germany invades Poland. During 1941, Germany overran Europe. Also during 1941, the Battle of Britain saves England from invasion. Also, Germany invades the Soviet Union and Japan attacks Pearl Harbor. We entered the war after the attack at Pearl Harbor. 1942, Germany suffers a major defeat at Stalingrad in Soviet Union. Germany was also defeated at Alma in Egypt. Japan also loses the Battle of Midway in the Pacific. 1943, the Allies, the Great Allies, took Sicily and Italy. 1944, the Allies land at Normandy, France. Hitler also loses the battle at the Bulge. During the year after 1945, a lot happened, like VJ Day, VE Day. The atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. For a little while, let's talk about the Allies and who they were. Our allies are friends for Great Britain and France. They helped us during the war. And later, about 1940, the Soviet Union later was our ally. With all the allies working together, we became really strong. A few years later, from saving each other and fighting, finally paid off. Now, let's talk about the Axis powers and who they were and in what they did. The Axis powers included Japan, Europe, Germany, and for a short while, the Soviet Union. They all were led by powerful dictators such as me, Adolf Hitler. Together, we believed that we could make ourselves better. Now, let's talk about the highlights that took place during the most expensive war in history. 1938, the Allied forces made agreements with Hitler that said that Hitler wouldn't invade any more countries if they let the countries they already had. The Axis powers made an agreement with Stalin that they would not attack each other. 1939, the Allies declared war on Germany. The Axis powers attacked Poland. 1941, U.S. sent supplies to GB. The Axis powers controlled most of Europe. Japan invades China to get great resources like tin, oil, and rubber. December 7th, 1941, Japan attacks Pearl Harbor and Japanese Americans are put in internment camps. Americans declare war on Japan and Italy declares war on us. June 6, 1941, D-Day. The Americans and the Allies invade northern France to move Germany out. May 8, 1945, VE Day happens. Europe surrenders and war in Europe is over. 1942, the military technique island hopping, which is where you hop from island to island, invading them, takes place. 1945, Iwo Jima. August 6, 1945, we dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and killed over 100,000 people. August 9th, 1945, we dropped the atomic bomb on Nagasaki. August 14th, 1945, Japan surrenders and World War II is over. Well, thanks for watching.